in '72, she moved us right into the heart of South Central, where everything was cracking. And she didn't really understand. She just bought her a 3-bedroom house. So she was moving us up.
Right.
That's what she was thinking.
Right.
But what happened was, Tookie lived up the street. Little Tookie lived across from him. The Magnificent Seven. Huge. But Miles, every time about giants, dudes that was just giants physically. They were handsome.
Right.
They looked to be stalwart standard errors of the community. And when you're young, you don't really understand the politics that these dudes are really just trying to make it. And they're doing it parasitically. So you really don't understand it. You just see these dudes are sharp, they got creases, they got naturals, they got leather coats, you know, they got a swagger about themselves, nobody's bullying them, they got nice cars, they got the women, they got weapons. So Tookie was who I wanted to be like, because he was at the apex of that terrible crew.
Okay.
And he lived up the street from us. So what I would do is I would go up there and volunteer to stack the weights. And in so doing, I would listen to the Crip story. And Tookie's house was the embassy for the West Side. And not just the West Side, but the East Side. So you had, and now I'll tell you an interesting story. When I first met Raymond Washington, we came from Cinderella Park one day, 77. And we came back. And I would always be around too, because I would be designated to carry the gun, because I was a juvenile. But not because I was a shooter. Let me get that straight.
No doubt.
Because I was a juvenile. So we're coming back from the park in one of Tookie's driver's cars, and we get back, and Tookie sends me up to Vivian's, a little restaurant on the corner of 69th and Western. And Raymond wanted an egg sandwich, and Tookie wanted a fish sandwich. But that day I was hungry and they didn't offer me nothing. So I stole Raymond's egg out of the sandwich and brought him back empty bread. and I still feel bad about this today, not because I stole Raymond's egg, but because Tookie and Raymond went up to the restaurant and took every morsel of food that these people had, every dime, every fork and spoon out of the restaurant. Because they felt that they disrespected Raymond by taking his egg, but I took the egg because I was hungry.
Right, no question.
And that's just a little one of my own little personal thing. I never wrote about that.
And that's what we like to hear sometimes, because you know you got to get personal sometimes to tell a real story. You know what I mean?
It makes us human, you know.
Yeah, no question about that, man. So you know, and so what? Why was the reason that? Because like when they did the BET thing, you know what I'm saying? We seen them hit. Basically, when I was watching it, I was seeing what they did, and to me, it just seemed like they didn't get it from you. And was there a reason for that? Was you know, explain to me, you know, give me a little insight on what that was all about.
Well, by the time the BET American Gangster thing came around, I had already been captured. I had been on the FBI's most wanted list. I was on the LAPD's most wanted list. Okay. $50,000 reward. I had been hunted down and captured in South Central. I was in the county jail when the idea was first pitched to me. I was supposed to be interviewed in the LA County Jail, but the day that I was supposed to be interviewed, they coincidentally, and I don't think that's the case, they transferred me to prison. Well, when I got to prison, of course, I'm validated and I got to be indeterminate, so they don't let us do interviews. So they shut me down. So what producers of American Gangster had to do, they had to go get old footage of me from various other interviews talking about things totally different, and cut and paste them together. But the detrimental thing was they went and got people that didn't really have my best interest at heart to speak about me.
I get that.
And so they spoke about me at some of the lowest points in my life as if that was my whole life. And I resented the fact that BET, American Gangster, they were more interested in Monster Cody than they were in SANYIKA SHAKUR. They wanted to keep me in a box as if I was just going to be this mindless, illiterate criminal for the rest of my life. And I wasn't comfortable like that. And so that's the essence they wanted to capture. So they went and got the sheriff deputies. They used to chase me around, the former chief of police, and all these people. And they painted me as I was at that time, which I was a beast. No doubt about that. I was a beast on the community, man. And I apologize to the community, man. And I'm repentant about that because, you know, I was staying alive, but at the same time, I was wreaking havoc on the community. And I was doing it with such awe and inspiration that I inspired other people to do it. And that's the cross I got to bear. But so the American Gangster thing came off, and I wasn't impressed at all. I wasn't It was a sensationalistic ode to this character, Monster Cody, right?
Right.
And that you know, I mean, it is what it is. I was a banger, man.
Right.
I was a gunfighter, and you know, I'm not proud of that, but I'm alive. And unfortunately, some other people aren't.
Right.
But here's my only solace in that whole trip: that I've never shot an innocent person. I've never shot a child. Never shot into an inhabited dwelling. I've never done the things that the media associates with bangers and calls people cowards by. I engage combatants. I catch you in your uniform, out of pocket, it's on. Right. That's the rules. And you know the rules, so you know.
Right.
So you're going to engage me, I'm going to engage you.
No question.
So that's my thing, man.
Right.
My thing was body count of actual combatants. And then by and large, the pigs let us go.
Right.
Because they knew we was just, first and foremost, we were doing their job.
Mm-hmm.
We were helping cull what they consider social dynamite. See, youth in America are considered social dynamite. They have the ability to explode. So they got to be contained. And if they can contain themselves, all the better for America. That's what neo-colonialism does. But like older people are considered social junk. They're not contributing to society. They're burdened. They take Social Security. These are things that are categories that actually exist. So, as bangers, man, you know, going along with the oppression, we become, in fact, crime partners with the government. When you start parasitically attaching yourself to your people's misery, you become a crime partner with the government. That's how we got to look at that.
Right.
Because the government, state, local, local, state, and federal, those institutions are at war with people of color, with poor people, with working class people, with women, with gays, with lesbians. The system is at war with people, with the people, with the masses.
Right.
They don't care if you're from the queer nation or the hip hop nation or the New African nation. They at war with you.
Right.
Because they're trying to preserve the colonial prestige of the empire.
Hey, so Shadiq,
banging.
Go ahead.
Go ahead. No, so excuse me.
So coming from all that, because what I want to get to is because you already kind of set it up and set yourself up about who you are now, the evolution that you went from Monster Cody to SANYIKA Shakur. You know what I'm saying? I want you to kind of, give us a little insight on that, on who the person is now, man, because there's a lot of layers to you right now that a lot of folks have no idea what's going on. You know what I'm saying? They don't know that I'm going to let you tell it, you know what I'm saying, on many of the many accomplishments that you made, man, to help kind of turn that around, man, and try to put forth a different image from a brother that's really got that.
Well, and it's not so much as the image as it is the actual fact, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I understand the public image, private reality, but the fact of the matter is, I'm a stone cold revolutionary.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a new African nationalist.
No doubt.
I'm a communist.
Right.
You know what I mean? Straight up, man. I'm a revolutionary. I believe in land, independence, and socialism.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm about. I'm about struggling in concert with my brothers and sisters. I believe in the new African creed. I pledge allegiance to the provisional government of the Republic of New Africa.
Mm-hmm.
But you have to understand the stages, the birth pains to bring about such consciousness. For me, could only be born under extreme oppression. And for me, I was in San Quentin in the hole, where I had to come face to face with the fact that I was illiterate.
Right.
I couldn't read or write. So I dropped out of school in the 6th grade. I knew small words, to, from, here, there. But when I had to write a letter, I would steal whole passages from Danielle Steele or Robert Ludlum. And I would steal these paragraphs, and people would be like, what the hell are you talking about? But I was trying to communicate. Well, having to come face to face with being a G in San Quentin, illiterate, kind of put a weight on me, man.
Right.
And the books that the comrades were sending me that we had to do book reports on, I couldn't fathom. I couldn't understand Wretched of the Earth by Frantz Fanon. I couldn't understand Sun Views by Sundiata Acoli.
Mm-hmm.
And so I would get an F every time.
Right.
And so eventually I had to come out to the yard and tell the comrades that, man, I can't really read, man. I don't really understand. I ain't got no comprehension, man. And they got mad because I didn't tell them, not because I couldn't. And that's what I thought. I was ashamed. Because in America, And in the colonies, you tend to be judged on what you got or what you can do or how you can say it. You know, there's various litmus tests for you. Who are you as a quote unquote man? So I didn't want to tell the comrades I couldn't read or write because I was ashamed. But when I told them, they were mad because I didn't tell them. So they put me in intensive study and struggle class. And one of my arch enemies was my neighbor, and he and I would converse late into the night through a cable that we tore out and used the rubber as a phone.
Right.
But to make a long story short, the birth pains of bringing SANYIKA SHAKUR into existence were terrible.
Right.
I mean, just awful. Listen, they have to put to death the beast monster, and he'll never be dead all the way.
Right.
He's just a figment that I keep chained to the wall of my brain in the basement. And I try to lose the keys. But sometimes people keep me angry and I'm looking for the key to unleash this beast. But he's a reactionary beast, and that's the problem.
Right.
He doesn't know when to stop. Man, this dude is off the chain, right? So I had to tame that somehow. And what I tamed that with was revolutionary science.
So it sounds like to me that there's still a form of unpredictability in you. Like, you know what I'm saying?
No doubt about that. No doubt about that.
Okay.
I am, after all, a neo-colonial subject. I am human.
Right.
I suffer. I hurt. I need. I want. But those things are tempered through discipline with revolutionary science.
Right.
And the more science I immerse myself in, the greater my discipline becomes. So as years have gone by, I've not committed crimes. I don't go and take nothing from a mom and pop store. I don't go and snatch an old lady's purse. I don't write on Miss Johnson's wall. I don't try to recruit Mr. Green's grandson. You know, those things I don't do. But what has happened is, as a consequence of the book and the path towards revolution and nationalism and independence, is the security forces of America have set upon me. And so I'll be walking I can be walking anywhere.
Right.
Usually in South Central, where they know me and they'll engage me. They'll just jump out the car and engage me, run right up on me and start swinging.
Right.
And it's on just that quick. And 2 times, listen, let me tell you something. One time I was in South Central. I stopped at one of my partner's house. I didn't know he had turned this into a drug house. This dude was selling dope out of his house. They came to raid the house. I was there. They forgot about the raid and started chasing me. The house full of dope. They see me in this, and they chasing me down.
They see
trap me in the house.
Right.
I take a hostage. Maxine Waters comes. I call Maxine Waters because our district is her district.
Right.
And so she comes down there and stands between me and SWAT, because they definitely were going to kill me that day. Yeah. And she negotiated my surrender. Several times they've engaged me like that.
Right.
And I've never been engaged like that by the pigs until the book came out. Because one thing about the book is this. Yes, it's a banging story, but what it is it's a coming of age story in our lifetime.
No doubt.
And I remember being interviewed by a woman from People magazine. She said, "Why does your book read like Soul on Ice by Eldridge Cleaver, or Man Child in the Promised Land by Claude McKay, or Malcolm X? It's all about it. Why do they read the same?" I said, because we suffer the same colonial conditions. It doesn't matter if it was the 50s, the 40s, the 20s, the 30s, the 70s, the 80s. The same socioeconomic system is oppressing us. Right. It's called colonialism, and now new colonialism. And so 10 years from now, 20 years from now, the next Catholic gonna write a book, and they're gonna say, "Why does your book sound like SANYIKA SHAKUR's book?" And if we don't alter the situation, these books are gonna continuously sound and feel alike. We know the story. We know the story, man. So I don't mean to get off the beaten path here, and I know I'm rambling, but my point is I'm trying to get as much in as I can.
But Shanika, don't worry about that, baby, because we got you here on MafiaLive. After you're going to be in the magazine, you're going to get to tell your full, you know what I'm saying, baby? We got you 100%.
And I appreciate y'all, man. I really appreciate y'all giving me the opportunity.
No doubt. And so in closing, I want to get to who you are now and what you're doing now. You know what I'm saying?
Who I am right now is, this is who I am. Period. This is who I am. I am a conscious citizen of the Republic of New Africa. I am my mother's son. I'm my sibling's brother. I'm my children's father and my grandchildren's grandfather. I'm a comrade. I'm a serious cat. You know, I'm still a combatant. You know, the book and my consciousness has allowed me to meet so many people like the comrades in Quebec, Spleverdeb, and left-wing books in Canada has held me down. The Spear and Shield Collective incited my consciousness. The provisional government inspired me. The African independence movement, you know, engulfed me. The Black Liberation Army inspired me. I am today a sum total of all my experiences, the good, the bad, and the ugly. The bad and the ugly, I try to temper with revolutionary science, so I won't make those same mistakes. Mao Zedong said, a fall in the pit should result in a gain in the wit. If you keep falling in the same pit each time, you ain't learning nothing. And while I continuously fell into the prison system, it wasn't for crimes against the people. After the book came out, these were engagements that law enforcement incited, and I ultimately won physically, but they still put me away for situations where I felt they had belittled me and I had to respond. It's been a political struggle since '93 with me and America. And so that's what happens when you step forward and tell the truth. The truth will not set you free. It will get you killed.
No question.
In America.
Yeah.
And it's unfortunate that, you know, it is what it is, but the truth will get you killed.
No question.
And so when you try to articulate your position, when you try to say that my position is a consequence of your oppression and my lack of will to change that, you become a problem. And that's the situation. So who I am today, in short, is SANYIKA Shakur. I'm a Shakur. I became a Shakur in 1986. I struggle with Asata. I struggle with Matulu. I struggle with all Shakurs. Mo Preem, Mo Asia, Ashanti, Rafiki. You know, the Shakurs exist. We are who we are, man. And, you know, we're one of the bona fide clans, tribes, whatever you want to call it, inside the New African Nation. The Shakurs, we some serious cats, man. And that's who I belong to. They belong to me. So that's who I am, man. I'm a Shakur. I'm a father. I'm a grandfather. I'm a revolutionary, man. But I'm human. I make mistakes. I fall down. But I guarantee you, I get back up. And I may run. But the whole time I'm running, I'm looking for something to hit you with.
No doubt.
I'm looking for something to pick up. I'm a struggler.
But you're going to get it in and get it done. No doubt. And for all my listeners out there, let me let you know one time, man, you heard it first right here on Mafia Magazine Radio, Mafia Live. I'm your host, SANGRIA, the Field Marshal, and we talking to SHAKUR. Shakur, you know what I'm saying? And we're not gonna go back to who he used to be. We're talking about who he is today. Hey, Shanik, baby, it was a beautiful thing, man, that you came out with us and you spent your time with us, man. And we want to let all the people know, man, y'all stay tuned in and locked in to Mafia Magazine Radio along with Mafia Magazine, because we got a full issue of SANYIKA Shakur for you in our next issue. You heard what I'm saying? Hey, Shanik, baby, it was beautiful, man. You know, we restricted by a little bit of time right now. You know what I'm saying? But look here, man.
Mafia Magazine, Spook, Big Spook. Connect, Respect the Clothing Line.
No doubt.
All love, man. Everybody, man. New African Nation. My little brother, my companion, Rafiki, everybody.
No doubt, baby.
All love.
No question. Hey, may you always be blessed, man, in the things that you do. And everything that you do, man, I hope that you prosper into doing those things. You heard what I'm saying, baby?
No
doubt, baby. Peace.
Thank you.